Hello, adventure seekers, and welcome back to World's Adventurous Vibes. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey to the heart of the Mediterranean, Sicily. Italy's largest island is a treasure trove of experiences, and in this video, we're uncovering 10 irresistible reasons why you should pack your bags and explore this captivating destination. Get ready for an adventure like no other. Last winter, the White Lotus put the Mediterranean's largest island on many a travel wish list. The luxurious seaview resort, alluring soft sands, and obsession with ceramic heads did the sales pitch, sending sofa detectives worldwide into a Sicily spin. But now we've finally got that theme tune and visions of Peppa Pig, riding on a Vespa out of our own, slightly less embellished heads. My answer to the question, is Sicily worth visiting? Remains resolutely the same, a resounding yes. One of the best islands to visit in the world, let alone Italy, Sicily scintillates in a myriad of ways. A living time capsule for human civilizations. History buffs will be laden with layers from the Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Byzantines, and all the others who have been and gone. Equally, it's a haven for paradisiacal sands, and beach seekers will be blown away by the cinematic shoreline backdrop of Cefalù or the bath-like waters of Isola Bella. Foodies, meanwhile, arguably get the biggest win. Everything on Sicily's menu is delectable. But perhaps the best reason to visit Sicily is to slow down and relish the island's lot. Sicily packs in plenty, sure, but it also invites you to linger in lazy hill towns, gawp at active volcanoes, and dive a little bit deeper into the local lifestyle. It's undeniably Italian, yet distinctly Sicilian, and that's a combination worth savoring. The slower pace of Sicilian life. These special islands, there are two archipelago groups alongside the main island, were practically born for slow travel. Aegean Islands, where harbors of fishing men provide ample people-watching opportunities. Many of the best reasons to visit Sicily boil down to breaking away from the fast tourism model. Why visit Sicily when the rest of Italy has so many historic attractions to offer? You might be asking. Well, this island has been seducing seafarers for millennia, stacking stories, flavors and architectural styles upon each other. A true time capsule of treasures, Sicily's archaeological sites span epochs and eras that have shaped not just these shores, but Europe and beyond. Unforgettable accommodation for all budgets. On the island was to have a sea view, and with an abundance of tranquil villas in Sicily, both on the main island and the archipelagos, it wasn't hard to find a surprisingly affordable base to enjoy balcony evenings watching the last copper flickers over the lapping waves. Food worth savoring. If I was to answer the question, why visit Sicily, in one word, I'd be momentarily torn between responses before giving arguably the most compelling reason. The food, and that's really saying something in a country as appetizing as Italy. Delicious dishes based on seasonal and flavorsome ingredients, mouthwatering morsels of sweet treats, caught and cooked seafood, and fresh, fragrant pomegranate juice stalls are just some of the island's many unforgettable bites. Cities with countless layers. Understandably, the archipelago's fame as a European beach destination remains one of the top reasons to visit Sicily. But you shouldn't snub the island cities during your visit either. With layers of art and architecture, Sicily's storied cities are personality-packed delights. Across the island on the east coast, the second city of Catania, a short drive from imposing Mount Etna which provides a often bellowing backdrop to her Baroque, offers a more classical Italian experience with its pretty Bellini gardens, castle-turned-gallery Ursino, and basilica decorated with an impressive marble facade. There's also the remains of a Roman-Greek amphitheater to tour. Volcanoes and vines. You might be wondering why visit Sicily if there are so many active volcanoes across the archipelago? Well, that's very much part of the attraction. UNESCO-listed Mount Etna and Stromboli are perhaps the most famous, but there are even more. On Volcano Island, for example, we were greeted by the stench of sulfur and warning signs that the volcano's trails were now closed due to worrying activity. Some residents had even temporarily relocated. But beyond the fear, life continues and has even blossomed close to these natural wonders. As well as being able to hike up Mount Etna, Those who would rather take in the views from afar can sample some of Sicily's fantastic wines at one of the 100-plus-year-old vineyards which cling to the slopes. Lazy days on the Aeolian Islands. We based ourselves on the largest island of Lipari, sipping spritz overlooking Stromboli's steaming crater at sunset. It was a delightful place to while away the sunny November days, hopping between some of the other islands, such as Volcano and Salina, using the local ferries for day trips. Volcanic black sand beaches, beautiful hiking trails, and straight-from-the-boat restaurants were all highlights. If you're wondering if Sicily alone is worth visiting, then these small scenic detours should be an extra reason to make the trip. Blissful beaches. Of course, you don't need to go to any of the other Sicilian islands to find gorgeous beaches. The main island brags plenty. Relax on the silver screen-worthy sands of Cefalu, a magnificent medieval coastal spot packed with beach clubs and backed by impressive architecture, the cathedral beyond the worthy star. At Isola Bella, the jewel of Taormina's coast, you'll find a gorgeous sandbar leading out into the sparkling turquoise waters, while the more untouched swaths of sand near Noto are ideal for a getaway from it all beach day. Timeless towns and villages. From panoramic towns with far-reaching views, to smaller villages tucked away far from the tourism trail, a road trip across the island will bring you to some truly incredible locations. Across the island, Ares, a gorgeous small borghi hugs the slopes, crowned by a normal castle. Sperlinga is another of Sicily's most beautiful borghi, to add to the list, while Piazza Armerina's cluster of museums makes for a nice afternoon after visiting the mosaics at Villa Romana del Casale. A chance to reconnect with nature. Sicily has long held a reputation as an inspiring slow travel destination by in-the-know travelers, writers and artists. The emerald green hills, pistachio and vine-coated hinterlands, and contrasting colors of the cobalt Tyrrhenian and turquoise Ionian seas being mystical muses. And that's before you consider the bewitching and bellowing Mount Etna. One of the best ways to take it all in and reconnect with nature is on the island's trails. There's a network of different routes you can opt for, but the 116-mile, coast-to-coast Magna via Francigena is a good bet if you're looking for a 10-day option. Almost forgotten villages with aging populations, and find shelter at rural guesthouses where lakes, mountains and pastures are never far away. The island's interior is indeed idyllic.